Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a fantastic trading week. In this video, I'm going to do a recap of the top 7 list and also give you new stocks to help you to be successful in the coming week. Last week, personally, I finished at a 2.89% gain, so pretty good. Not great month to date, though. For this month, we are up 2.89%, so doing pretty good. So far, year to date, I am at a 75.11% gain, going for that 300% gain, which is my goal by the end of the year. Before we get started, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before and you like content like this and you like these picks, consider subscribing and turning on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Also, please share this video with others. I would, of course, be very honored by that. All right, I'm going to cover with a recap by strategy of different stocks that were sold throughout the week. So let's get going. It is a good practice to write down your trades, to track your trades. I always track my trades by strategy, and every stock that you buy needs to have a strategy behind it. That is how I trade stocks, and mostly I'm a swing trader. I am trading stocks anywhere between 3 and 30 days hold time. All right, so let's start with the strategy that is in our standard room. And so all our standard and premium members have access to this. This is my squeeze play strategy, and I only had one stock that sold this week, and that was AMC, and it fit that category perfectly. Was able to sell it for a 277% gain. Hopefully you got some gains out of AMC this week. It is like playing with fire though. It is such a tough stock to trade because it's hard to know when to get out, but feel pretty good about following my indicators, and according to the strategy, it led me to a 277% gain. Next is the insider swing play, and this is covered in our basic room of our Discord. So here we go. The first was PTON, sold for a 10.53% gain. The next was DISCK, sold for a 4.23% gain. The next was SELB, sold for a 6.42% gain. BFLY, sold for an 8.59% gain. OPK, sold for a 2.21% gain. SLCA sold on Friday for a 15.88% gain. So that was 6 total insider swings. All of those lasted anywhere between 3 and 5 days. And we had 6 wins out of 6 with a 100% win rate and an average gain per pick of 7.98% per trade. All right, next we move to our phase and PDUFA strategy, and this is covered in our basic room. And the first is SURF, sold for a 26.61% gain, had that for about 3 weeks. The next is MGTA, sold for an 8.43% gain. Next is CLRB, sold for a 9.87% gain. RPRX sold for a 0.66% loss on Friday, and on Friday also sold VRTX for a 4.60% loss. So that was 3 out of 5 picks for a 60% win rate and an average gain per pick of 7.93%. So okay, we have been really knocking it out of the park with the phase and PDUFA strategy. So to have a couple losers, we haven't had that in a while, but looking forward to getting on the right track. And actually that's pretty good if you look at it really. All right, so now let's take a look at the state of the market. It's really important that you understand market conditions, and so this is why I cover this in each and every top 7 video. So let's start with the SPY, and on Friday we had a really terrific day. As you can see here, we have a beautiful green candle moving upwards, and now we have a new all-time high. So wave 5 of the Elliott wave is really starting to get going and starting to feel good about the market, and investors are getting more and more confident. You can see that today in the triple Qs also. Really nice engulfing flag here, looking really good and very bullish, and hopefully we get some good movement out of the triple Qs moving forward. Next we have the VIX, and the lower the VIX is doing and the worse it's doing, the more bullish it is for the market. This is a fear indicator, and it is all the way down to $16.42. There are some key levels of resistance here that we need to kind of pay attention to. One is getting above that 19 $15 level. You can see it's hit that quite a few times here. Right now, fear is leaving the market and feeling very good again about the market. This is very bullish. And last but not least, the Russell 2000. I like to track this because I have so many small caps in my portfolio. And so looking here, this is also looking very good. We've had a MACD golden cross down here, and we are really getting momentum going forward. Would like to see a new high. It would be great if we can get above that 237 level. But slowly but surely, this is starting to turn around and do much, much better. All right, so now let's get to the top 7, and this is brought to you by our Patreon group. So I'm sponsoring myself. If you are looking for a powerful group of investors and you're looking for some great trade ideas each and every day, each and every level is going to give you that based upon your level of commitment to the stock market. In the basic level, we have lots of swing plays. That's all it is. It's just swing plays that last anywhere between 3 and 30 days. In our standard and premium levels, there are shorter term plays there. Also, I have professional traders in those rooms that can really help you to be successful in trading options. You also get my short squeeze play in that standard room. And in the premium room, you get my option trading strategies, and you get it all. You get everything as far as what John brings to the table. As far as long-term holds, there are just lots of great things in that room. We would love to see you there. Okay, so let's start off with number 7. Number 7 is Volition RX, ticker symbol VNRX. This has been on the list for a while. It has done nothing so far, but I think this is the week. This is finally the time where I think it's really going to start to move. On Friday, this finished down 4.79%. My average in it is $3.86. Since calling this out in the Discord, it is down 7.65%, but I am not worried. Analysts have an average target price of $8 a share, and so that is well over 100% upside, and 2 directors have been buying up shares ahead of a June 10th investor conference. I love this type of situation because usually when insiders are loading up, it is the news before the news. And now we have a June 10th conference coming up, and this has been kind of selling off over time. And so this has a lot of room to explode upwards. I think if there is good news in that June 10th conference, then we should be looking very good. And those directors with that insider activity gives me confidence that there is something in the works here. And so I'm holding and just holding, and I know it could be painful to hold through until there is news, but I'm holding for the news, and here we go. Number 6 is brand new to the list, and oh boy, I think this one is really going to be great. This is 1847 GOED, ticker symbol GOED, and on Friday this finished up 3.91%. My average in it's $2.68, and this is a very fresh insider for you, and I think a really high probability of this moving upwards. Since calling this out though, it is down 2.61%, so you haven't missed anything yet. But I think this is going to be a great one to get in on Monday. And 2 directors bought shares, and that was reported today. And so that was really, really big. And as you can see here, they had a blockbuster earnings, and man, did it shoot up, but came back down, got all the way down to $1.77. Right now we're sitting at $2.66, but I think we're going to get back to that resistance level right around $7. I think that's very, very possible with this particular stock. And with the insider activity, I think that could be the right catalyst to get it moving forward. So anyway, join me on this one. I think this one's going to be great. All right, now we turn to number 5, and this is NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA. And on Friday, this finished up 3.59%. My average in it is $605.78. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 16.07%. Also called it out in one of my earlier videos, in one of my State of the Market videos. And so this one has really, really been moving, and I don't think it's done. I don't think it's anywhere done. Here's the catalyst, and here's why. So we have a stock split that is happening. We are splitting from 4 to 1, or 1 to 4, excuse me, and the price of this is going to be 25% of the price that it currently is, but you will suddenly have 4 times as many shares. And so I think this is really big. They announced it. It's no surprise. They announced it right here, and it has been just moving. This is not done. I think just like Tesla had all that excitement, also Apple, if you remember, during their stock splits and how those stocks moved, I think this one will continue to move. And also we had a very impressive earnings beat. beat. In fact, it was an earnings shellacking. It wasn't just a beatdown. It was crazy. They really beat earnings. Lots of analyst upgrades have been happening on NVIDIA, and so this is a great stock to get into and continue and just hold it. Just wait for that stock split. As people get more and more excited and are coming in, no one's selling in anticipation of this stock split happening. All right, number 4 is SCOR, ticker symbol SCOR. And anyone who watched my video from yesterday saw this, and I said there was more room for this to run up and to not be worried that it was up 10% the previous day. Well, today it finished on Friday, finished up 9.95%. My average in it's $4.22. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 12.56%. And I think it has still so much more still to go. I don't think it's really done with its move. It was very good news that they are working together with SpikeTrap to bring cookieless gaming to the masses. Also, we have a big director buy and open market. And so those two catalysts kind of put together. I think this one will continue to run this next week. It is definitely good news, and I think this one's going to be great. All right, number 3 is Autolus Therapeutics, ticker symbol AUTL. On Friday, this finished up 1.44%. My average in it is $6.72. So far, I am down 5.51%, but I'm not worried at all. I have diamond hands on this one. They have a phase 2 data presentation coming up on their leukemia treatment, and they have a note. And this note was put out to investors of 100% remission amongst the people that have been in the study. So that is really huge. And I think there's a possibility. Now, of course, there's risk with any single stock pick, but I think there's a possibility that we get good news coming up on the phase 2 data and that this stock 10x's. And you could miss out. I think this is a deal. It is a huge bargain. I think this thing is going to fly, but it is just my opinion. If that news is true, then this is a 10xer in my opinion. So it's worth it to risk it for those 10x% gains. Now, don't bet the farm. Please do not. Keep it under control. Always stay diversified in your portfolio. And I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, but man, it will be entertaining to see this thing go 10x. And so I'm looking forward to that. All right, number 2 has been moving around all over the place, and this is Safehold, ticker symbol SAFE. And what's so funny to me is that this stock on Stocktwits, this ticker symbol on Stocktwits, never gets anything mentioned on it whatsoever. It is completely under the radar. I think it's got or it used to have 10 followers, and now it's getting tons of more followers. It's really gaining, but it's not because of the stock and what's going on with it and why it's a good pick. It's because of SafeMoon, the cryptocurrency. Because they can't find SafeMoon, they are tagging Safe and Moon, which are two different stocks, and they are getting more increased volume than ever before. But Safehold is a really good buy, and let me explain why. And this one is a great pick, and this has not gone anywhere yet, but it will. I know it will. I've had a lot of experience trading this stock over time, and let me explain to you what's going on. So on Friday, this finished down 0.15%. My average in it $71.37. Since calling this out, I am down 0.38%, but they have had insider activity for 17 business days in a row, about $1 million per one. And this is iStar, a 10% owner that is buying this up each and every day, and reported late on Friday, just before this video started to be made, there was 2 more purchases by iStar. And this is really huge. In the past, I have seen iStar purchase shares for 6 months over a period of time. I believe it was 182 or 183 business days in a row. It was well over 6 months. And it was huge, and the stock price during that particular time went up 115%. All I did was buy at the beginning when it was right around $30, and I just held it, and I think I sold it. Man, it just really did well. I think I sold it for right around 60 some. Anyway, it was really terrific, and it's doing it all over again. And this seems to happen this time of year. iStar starts buying shares, and it lasts all the way until February. At least that's what it did before. And this is what can happen again. And so this is one definitely to watch. You may have missed out on this one, but it really hasn't gone anywhere yet. And so I think this is a good one to get in and hold. This is a low volume stock. I do recommend loading up during market hours because of its low volume volume unless you can kind of get someone to pay you a ridiculous price for it. But I like to set up those limit buys in pre-market and let people panic and sell to me at my price. But anyway, safe hold is one I think is really going to do great. It hasn't gone anywhere yet, but I think it really will. All right, number 1 is OCGN, ticker symbol OCGN. And on Friday, this finished down 1.91%. My average in it is $9.15. Since calling this out, I am personally down 4.57%. But here's why I like it. Analysts have an average target price of $767, which is not impressive. You're like, Ray, $767, it's at $872. I think they got it wrong here. Also, the short percentage on this is ridiculously high. It is at 20.86%. Remember AMC? Well, AMC was only right around 21-22% at the time that it squeezed up and went crazy. I know people have been after BlackBerry, but that is one that has a very low short percentage. It doesn't have nearly as high a short percentage as OCGN. Any little bit of spark of news, any little thing could send this thing into the stratosphere. And it has a history of doing that, going all the way up to 1620. And we are very, very close to a MACD cross. And so that paired with the high short percentage and the pressure I think the buyers can put on this, especially coming up to the ASCO conference that is happening this weekend. This thing could really go crazy. So get in this now. I think this is really going to be great. And so I think this one could really, really move. I think we can see levels around $16 and it could easily double. Anyway, I like this one for a squeeze and hopefully you'll take advantage of it and we can move in. I so appreciate all of you who subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. You definitely keep me going each and every day. I really, really appreciate it. And of course, all of you who are Patreon members who really help me every day and work together with me every day. I really appreciate it and I appreciate you being a part. I wish all of you the best on the stock market. Please be careful out there, diversify your portfolio and track your trades and have a strategy when you trade. Let's have a killer week next week, and Raythoven out.